Oh yeah, procrastination. What was I talking about? How the hell I forget what I was talking about? I just started talking. Anyway, procrastination and ADHD. Now, first of all, I don't know your kid, so he might just be thinking about butterflies. I don't know. But for me, like, procrastination is something that when I was growing up, I thought that it was just like I was just a piece of shit and like I just didn't care about shit. But as I've gotten older, I still think that. But like, one thing to understand about ADHD is that we have a really hard time picturing the future. We can picture anything. Like, the imagination is extremely vivid. But later doesn't really exist. And we kind of use procrastination to make later exist. If you give me 6 months to write a term paper, I'm not going to do it until the night before. If you give me 2 weeks to write a term paper, I'm not going to do it till the night before. It goes back to motivation, because motivation only works if there's a goal for the motivation. A lot of people look at it like, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to eat good and then I'm going to look good. But for my brain, there's no look good. There's just, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to eat good. Full stop. It's like going to work and not getting paid for it. Most people don't want to do that. And I know what most people would think, but you are getting paid. No, I'm not. You're getting paid. Because to ADHD, my goal is the thing, not the conclusion. So if we go back to that term paper thing, procrastination forces my brain to remember it, to make it real. It's one of the reasons why people with ADHD tend to be really good in stressful situations or when everybody else is going crazy. It's because we're at a regular level now. My brain is constantly in fight or flight. It's constantly sprinting somewhere. And 6 months is way too far for me to see. But if that shit's tomorrow, I can just close my eyes and run full force. That's why you might have seen your son just pick something up and figure it out in like 6 minutes and then put it down and never pick it up again. That's because all of his attention went to figuring out the thing. It didn't go to figuring out the thing so he could do something else with it. It was just the thing. That was it. We're very time blind. I'm not trying to say this is always a good thing. This is something that you're going to have to get used to, and so is he. It sucks. As a kid, my mom used to notice that I used to deliberately piss my sister off and argue with her and know how to make her get really upset. And I knew I was doing it. I hated doing it because I could get the feelings of my sister. I knew she was mad, but I couldn't stop doing it. We did some tests and we found out that when most people get in an argument, their blood pressure goes up. Mine goes down. That's not good. That's not good. One of the problems with the procrastination in ADHD is that the stress and the anxiety will still be there though. So you give him a deadline that says, okay, you got to do this in a week. Even if he doesn't remember to do it or can't do it, he's going to feel the stress and anxiety of that thing for that entire week. Some of his energy is going to be used dealing with the stress and anxiety of that, especially when he probably doesn't know that it's stress and anxiety. If you try and tell him, he'll deny it, or at least I did. But then by the time you get to the thing, exhausted. I'm exhausted. Like it's imagining somebody walking up some steps and they got a broken ass leg. Like they ain't got no leg, they got no left leg, and they're on crutches. And if you saw them, you would understand why they were having a struggle getting up the steps. But if the broken leg is in your brain, it's hard for people to see that. And it's even harder for people to understand that because you could be lying. And if you have ADHD, you've probably told you were wrong a lot. So deadlines are a good thing, but you also need to understand like his learning style. Like how does he learn? Does he learn by like saying, okay, go do this thing, let him figure it out, and then come back and tell him what he did wrong? Does he learn by like, hey, show me how to do it, and then I'll mirror you or write it all down? And also understand that one of the things that comes with ADHD is a very good understanding of other people's emotional state and very bad understanding of your own. When I say understanding of other people's emotional state, I mean to an almost empathetic, like a empathic level. So yeah, I hope this helps, but I don't think it will.